what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome everybody to Evolution Racing Network and the Challenger Racing League. We are coming to you live from USA Speedway for the full Frontal Sprint Car Series here live on ERN. It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. We are excited to be back and to be broadcasting these fine gentlemen as they take on one of the most elusive tracks on the service. Here from Lakeland, Florida, USA Speedway has hosted some of the greatest in motorsports history at this lovely little short track. As they finish up their final practice session, let's take a look at some of the race info. You have a little over a half-mile track. It's nice and warm here in sunny Florida, and about 80 degrees. Not wait to see what we have on board as these guys finish up their last 20 seconds of the practice. So let's get right down to it, and let's talk about what we're going to see tonight. Let's start with newcomer Scott Rothwell in the number 14, our only Canadian in the league right now. Comes to us, has the second fastest lap of practice. We'll have to wait and see how this transforms into race conditions. Will he be the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night as soon as the practice is over? That's what we'll roll into. And as we say that, it's time to go live, folks. And let's get underway with tonight's Quick Qualifier Award, brought to you by the Mata Family U.S. Military. And let's take a look at who is going to be first out on the track. It looks like the 22 of Harold Watkins. Let's roll up the qualifying grid up here. Now, this is just to set the field for the heat races tonight. Heat races will be 8 laps, no cautions. It looks like we'll probably have 2 heat races tonight, and that will set the grid for the 40-lap feature here later on, which all drivers will qualify for. It's just a matter of where they start. Now, does the qualifying order really matter? Because tonight, these cars with so much power, it's so little grip, it'll have to be about keeping all 4 tires on the racing surface. As you see right there, how loose these cars can get. Let's go take a look. Chad Piesinger, a longtime driver, hadn't been around for a few weeks, coming back in the 23. We'll have to see, does he have what it takes to stay up front? Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. in the 3 car has been hit or miss all season long, and it's been a little shaky for him this season, but we'll have to see. Harold Rothwell in the 4 cars had some great runs this season. It's just he has gotten mixed up in some of the debauchery, if you might say, of the season. Jerry Culver right here in the 13. Jerry Culver's number 1 driver. in the Marlboro 13 red and white car. I have to see he's had a couple of great podium finishes this season. Can he back it up? The number 6 Sinclair, Rusty Modesty, trying to do the exact same thing. You take a look at the points. Rusty Modesty sitting number 5 right now with 402 points, actually tied with the 13 of Jerry Culver for 5th place. Rusty would break that with the 1 win this season. One driver we're missing tonight, and I think everybody is kind of excited about this, is Ryan Bean. Ryan Bean, right now, not here, which means he is topping the points. So, as we watch the 38 of James Catrone get upside down, inside out, and flip over worse than I've seen at my family Christmas. Wow, that was ugly. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. doing the exact same thing. And it looks like Senior, hey, don't forget about me. I can wreck with the best. And that looks like we have everybody but the 17 of Kevin Zabladell to take time tonight. The Modern Family U.S. Military Award. And we'll see if he takes time at all. But with that being said, we've got about 2 minutes tonight left in the quick qualifier session before we start heat number 1, brought to you by Potter County Diggers, and then heat number 2, brought to you by Challenger Racing League. So let's, there's something that I need to probably say, and I know he doesn't probably want the recognition, but if there's anybody out here that certainly does, it's Kevin Dowd. We come to you tonight with heavy hearts that his mother passed away, and we're going to have a tribute for her tonight at the start of the race. But our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire Kevin Dowd family. I could only imagine what you and your family are going through, brother. Just know that your extended family, your racing family is here for you. And we all love you, man. And just hope you get the prayers that are sent your way, and you will certainly reach out to us and let us know if you need anything, brother. So everybody here tonight racing with a heavy heart in memory of Joanne Dowd, Kevin Dowd, the racer of the 98 Potter County Diggers car. He is absent tonight for very good reason, and I know everybody here tonight is racing for his honor. So, Kevin, if you're listening, brother, we love you. We miss you. Take your time, and we're here for you. Well, folks, it looks like we are about 30 seconds away from wrapping it up. It looks like Kevin Zabladell will not take time. That means newcomer Scott Rathwell will take the U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award, brought to you by the Mata family, and be starting on the pole of heat number 1, brought to you by Potter County Diggers. So we will wait and see, and folks, we'll be right back with the start of heat number 1, brought to you by Potter County Diggers. All right, welcome back, folks. Here we are from USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. It's time to get underway with heat number 1, brought to you by Potter County Diggers. If you need a rabbit hole of videos to go to, go check them out over on YouTube. Potter County Diggers. These guys are awesome at unearthing pieces of Americana one dig at a time. Check them out over at YouTube at Potter County Diggers. Let's take a quick look at the starting grid tonight for heat number 1. We have newcomer Canadian Scott Rathwell, Harold Watkins, Rusty Modesty, and Andrew Bogus making up road number 2. James Catrone, Chad Biesinger, row 3. Row 4, Harold Rothery and Jerry Culver. And row 5, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr., followed by his son, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., and rounding out the field tonight, Kevin Zabladell, who was the only driver not to take time, And that is it. That's your starting grid. And that is the entire field. So it looks like we'll have one heat only tonight. This will determine how we start the 40 lap feature. As you see, the iRacing.com pace car has its lights turned out, which means next time around we're going racing, boys and girls. We've got the one to go. But first, we have something a little special that we are going to show you guys. You'll see the field start to do a special tribute here shortly, from what I'm being told from the production trailer. We'll see if these guys get ready to do that or not. But I know these pace laps are in memory of Joanne Dowd, Kevin Dowd's mother, one of the drivers and founders of Potter County Diggers. These guys right here are all racing with heavy hearts for them, and we're about to go race and see who can take home the green flag tonight for Joanne Dowd. And we are about to be underway as newcomer Scott Rathwell takes the field around, and oh, it's getting tight. Back further in the field, you see that little gaggle of cars right there. But up front, newcomer Scott Rathwell in the number 14, sticking it to the bottom. Harold Watkins all over it, nose to tail. And these guys are going for it. 8 laps, no cautions tonight. So if you wreck, you better stay clear of the damage. These guys are going probably one of the cleaner heat races we have seen all season long. Nose to tail, these guys are racing hard. You see a little contact back there with Chad Biesinger and James Catrone, but nothing that is causing any damage yet. Will we have some guys that have a great run and have some unlucky timing in? As we say that, we see James Catrone right there doing the flip. Let's take a look at the leaders as they come around. Will they stay clear of it? Scott Rathwell coming in hot. Harold Watkins right behind him. Andrew Bogus and Rusty Modesty running third and fourth right behind him. Looks like Chad Biesinger and James Catrone have taken it to pits. And Harold Rothery as well. Oh no, and our leader is in the pits. Exactly what happened. 4 laps to go. Let's take a quick look at the ERN replay booth. See our leader right there hugging that bottom line. Comes out a corner exit there. Gets it just a little bit loose and has to let it go. And wow, no time at all. You go from hero to zero. But right now, Harold Watkins, 3 laps to go. Coming to the line this time by. He will get the popsicle sticks in the air for 2 laps. And he will be the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award. Can he do it? 2 more laps, 8 more corners. He is running away with it right now with second points. Andrew Bogus and Rusty Modesty running right behind him. Let's see, Harold Watkins, though, with a 2.3 second lead. Comes this time by. We will get the white flag brought to you by Challenger Racing League right now. He has nothing to do but 2 more corners and 1 more straightaway as he comes down the backstretch, coming into 3 and 4 right now. Who is going to do it? It looks like it will be Harold Watkins. Will be the U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award brought to you by the Mata Family. Number 1 tonight. Went out, stayed in second place. It looked like that was where he was going to finish, and just waited for somebody else to have trouble, and that's exactly what happened. Wow. So we're going to go right into the 3-minute warm-up session. And I misspoke, folks. That was the start of the heat. So we will have the tribute lap at the beginning of the feature. But with that being said, we've got about 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes of warm-up. We'll let them, and we'll take a look at that. But while we're doing that, let's go see if we can't get a word with our Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night, Mr. Harold Watkins. Harold, this is Ryan in the ERN booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
What's going on, my man? Well, did you see that coming?
Well, I had a good feeling about it just following him. I was kind of taking the Ryan Bean approach, just kind of let the race come to me a little bit. And lucky for me, I didn't have to do anything too drastic and just stayed steady and got me the win there.
Well, this track is not unfamiliar based on so many of the short tracks you guys have ran all season long. These basic half-mile tracks, super flat, a little bit of banking in the corner. What's the strategy for tonight's 40-lap feature?
I think it's just be consistent. This track runs a lot like Martinsville did, which I felt really good at. So just gonna kind of take the same approach, keep the bottom, and just do what I can.
Well, you come in tonight third in points. Andrew Bogus will be starting behind you. He's got 2 wins. You've got 1. Ryan Bean not here tonight. So this is a good opportunity for both of you guys to leapfrog him or at least make a lot of ground on him. So get out there. Have a great race tonight, man. Hope to be talking to you at the end of it.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. And that's your man. Your man that's going to be starting on the pole tonight. The Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night, Mr. Harold Watkins from Kalamazoo, Michigan. But we go and let's take a look at some of your drivers here. As the guy that had dominated most of that first heat race and started on the pole for that heat race, newcomer Scott Rothwell, and had a little bit of trouble. And you can see right there where he gets the left side tires and just barely hits that apron. And, oh boy, it will send that car. It doesn't take much to disrupt the balance of these cars. Let's just say that. So you get out of the corner, a little too much throttle. You hit that inside apron a little too much with the tire, and you throw the balance off that car. It's almost impossible to catch it, to correct it, and keep it going. Almost every time it will end in disaster. But right now, as we finish up, we've got about 2 minutes left in warm-up. We're going to let you guys keep an eye on all these guys, and we'll be right back with the starting grid for the 40-lap feature tonight from USA International Speedway from Lakeland, Florida, in the full Frontal Sprint Cars Series. All right, welcome back, folks, as we are finishing up our final warm-up session here for the full Frontal Sprint Car Series here from U.S. International Speedway in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. This track has got so much history and seen a lot of historical drivers come through in the history of motorsports. Tonight, it's going to be all about the drivers and what they can do as we take them for 40 laps here. The cautions will be turned on, but right now it looks like we will be getting ready to start the grid, where we just heard from Harold Watkins, who will be our pole sitter for tonight. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can't get these guys pulled up. Let's take a look at your starting grid for tonight. Harold Watkins from Kalamazoo, Michigan, starting on the pole tonight for a 40-lap feature. Starting to his outside, second in points, Andrew Bogus, number 71. Second row, Rusty Modesty. Outside of him, Jerry Culver. I know Sherry's watching. Jerry got him a great starting spot tonight. Hopefully he stays out of trouble and finishes on the podium. Kevin Zabladell and Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. make up your third row. Your fourth row, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. and newcomer Scott Rothwell from Canada. Fifth row, Chad Biesinger and Harold Rothery. And finishing up the tail of the field will be James Catrone, one that was running in the top 5, had some trouble. Ended up in the back. But again, this is not so much about staying up there as it is staying clean. Well, guys, you see the drivers lining up 3 by 3, several rows deep. There's a reason for it tonight. We talked about it a little bit in the feature, or in the heat race. It is with heavy hearts that we come to you tonight. And this 3 wide tribute is for one of our very own, Kevin Dowd. His mother, Joanne Dowd, passed away this week. And this 3 wide tribute is for him, his family, and everyone affected by the passing of Joanne Dowd. Our hearts are with you. We love you, brother, and you are like one of our very own family here. We know you don't want to hear it, but we're going to tell you anyways. We're here for you if you ever need anything, and we're going to take a moment of silence right now in the memory of Joanne Dowd.
I started Folds of Honor above my garage 13 years ago because
All right, folks, we are back with the full frontal sprint car series here from the Challenger Racing League. Sorry about that technical glitch there in the beginning, but that was a 3 wide salute in memory of Joanne Dowd, our very own driver. Kevin Dowd's mother suddenly passed away this week. Our hearts are with you, brother. Just know that we're thinking about you, and prayers are coming your way. And now it is time to get down to business as the iRacing.com pace car has turned its lights off. And we'll be taking a hard left turn here shortly. And Harold Watkins will be bringing these guys to the green flag. He will be the control car, the number 22, with Andrew Bogus to his outside. And we are underway at USA International for the 40-lap feature. They fan out wide to see a few guys get close into the wall. Andrew gets around Harold and to take the lead. You see a little bit of this. These guys are not letting up one iota. They are on it. Andrew gets out there, but Harold is looking for any bit of ground he can get on, and so is Rusty and Jerry. They are right there behind them. Up front, though, it's all Andrew. You see right there, Harold is the hunter, trying to go after the hunted. The 71 of Andrew Bogus, he is on it. That top 3. Well, Harold, he's trying to peek his corner. Oh, he gets in there. Peeks his tires to the inside of Andrew Bogus. Now, can he keep it planted down? Can he keep that power planted down? It looks like he will. And Andrew has to give him a little bit of space or he's going to send himself into the wall. Does a phenomenal job. That is a textbook pass here at USA. And you take a look at Rusty. He is trying to capitalize on the exact same strategy. You see these drivers all through the back. Harold Rothery getting shuffled back just a little bit. Jerry is the leader of this second pack of cars. But there comes newcomer Scott Rothwell getting around the 17 of Kevin Zabladell. He was the one that started on the pole tonight. He was the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier of the night. Started on the pole for heat number 1. And Jerry Culver right there getting shuffled back in the 13, that red and white Marlboro car. Up front, though, it's still all Harold Watkins, Andrew Bogus in second, and Rusty Modesty running third. But the battle is right there. These guys are not giving an inch. Scott Rothwell, the Canadian, the newcomer, coming up through the field, started in the back, and he has already made his way to 5th, challenging Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. for 4th. Scott's up 3 positions from where he started. Oh, and Jerry Culver gets into the back of Kevin Zabladell. They both do a phenomenal job of keeping the cars on the track. But right behind them, you've got, oh, I saw it, Harold Rothery Jerry Culver making contact. Caution comes out. We saw it just a little bit in the edge. Let's take a little bit of replay action here. Keep an eye on that green and black. See Jerry and Harold get into it there. Collect Chad Singer. Oh, and James Catrone literally just cleaned the head off of Chad Singer. If the man is still there, he has got to be seeing stars right now. Takes it to the pits. It looks like Harold will be able to go back out. Not sure if there's any suspension damage or not, but that car was flying. Let's go take a look from Chad Singer's perspective here. This is on board with Chad. He sees Jerry touches the wall, gets down into Harold, and that left front tire just clips the edge, and it sends Chad Singer on a roller coaster ride. But what a phenomenal job of keeping it out of the rest of the field. Right now, we'll have to wait and see. We're under our first caution. Lap 10 of 40. We're a quarter of the way through this. And he is the only driver that is on pit road. Looks like he has taken that car to the hauler. Harold Rothery, James Catrone, that black number 38, and Jerry Culver, the red and white 13. All three of those drivers were involved in some way, shape, or form in that incident, but they are still out there to race on. And with a field that is small like this one, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how many people are going to make a mistake and get wrecked out. So these guys may be in the back of the field now, but it doesn't mean that's where they're going to finish. And we'll just have to wait and see when this thing is all over here in about 25, 26 laps. But up front, Harold Watkins, where he started is where he is right now. He started on the pole. Andrew was able to get around him on the first lap, but Harold made a incredible textbook pass on the 71, got underneath him, and forced him to have to let up just a little bit. Took the lead back and has not looked back since. But will he be able to maintain it? We'll have to wait and see as these guys start lining up. It looks like Harold Watkins will take the outside on this restart. Remember, whoever's leading at the time of caution, they get to choose if they want to take the high line or the low line. So it looks like Harold saw what the high line was able to do for Andrew, and he is going to take that away from him and try to get that runoff. The lights are out in the iRacing.com pace car. It'll be taking a hard left turn as it comes out of turn 4. And these guys will be bringing us back to green here at USA International Speedway for the full frontal sprint car series. And let's see. Keep in mind that pink and white and black number 22 is your control cars. iRacing.com pace car takes a hard left-hand turn. Harold gets a great launch. He does not wait and give Andrew any time to get around him, but the battle is right behind him as they are 2 by 2, several rows deep. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. gets around Andrew Bogus and settles in. These guys are nose to tail, going all the way back. Take a little further look. Rusty Modesty had made his way up to up to third, is now fourth, as you see Andrew Bogus right there make contact with the wall, but able to keep that car going straight. Don't look now, the number 14 of Scott Rothwell has made his way back up to 5th place, which is where he was when the caution came out. And he was the fastest car in the qualifying tonight. So will he be able to fight his way back up to the lead and give these guys a run for their money? We'll have to wait and see. In 26 laps, is he going to have enough time to do it? As Harold Watkins is pretty much checked out on the field. It's got about a 1-second lead over the 71 of Andrew Bogus. Well, nice little battle right here with the 3-car Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. and Rusty Modesty going nose to tail. Rusty is trying to set Bob up for the perfect pass, just like we saw with Harold Watkins and Andrew Bogus earlier in this run. And he's getting a much greater entry into the corner, but then Bob pulls away on corner exit. That's a cool thing about these cars is you never really go full throttle. It's all about throttle control, is how fast you can get this car around the track. See, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. gets it a little high, has to let up just a little bit. That allows the 6 of Rusty Modesty to tuck his nose in there. Now, can he capitalize on it and make the full pass? They're side by side drag racing. As they're doing this, Scott Rothwell in the 14 is right behind them, catching them. Rusty makes the pass, gets around him, and here comes Scott Rothwell in the 14, newcomer for the league. He is throwing that car into the corners, getting that baby almost sideways. He is literally eating the tires off that car, trying to get as much position as he can on the field. This is the battle. I want to show you up front, but there ain't much happening as Harold Watkins. Oh, and we are back under caution. Once again, it looks like James Catrone, maybe. Let's go take a look. Oh, my Lord. Somebody trying out for the U.S. Olympics women's gymnastics team and the number 38, James Catrone. Let's go take another look. Gets into the wall. Jerry Culver drives underneath him, gives him a little bit of help for the triple-double. We'll have to see if he makes the U.S. Olympics, but I doubt it. There wasn't enough flipping for me, Catrone. Back up front, though, here we go. Harold Watkins still in the lead. I bet he is wishing, I wish this thing was over. I've been up front. I'm running my lines. I'm doing what I got to do. But I have to wait and see. We're going to have less than 20 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. Jerry Culver bringing the 13 down pit road. As you see on the bottom of your screen, you got the ERN pit stop ticker. Let you know anytime any driver comes to pit road. Right there. That is Jerry Culver in 9th position as of right now. And he is getting a fresh set of feel goods. That will make a drastic difference. But we need to go. Let's take a look at the Goodyear blimp cam and let's show you. That's where leaders are. That's where Jerry is. He's able to make his stop, get his tire, stay on the lead lap, as you see the leaders right there. So, with not a large field to go through, he'll start back 9th position. Will he have enough time to battle his way through? He's going to have the advantage with the 4 fresh feel goods, and we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Right now, it's guys all up front. Harold Watkins, Andrew Bogus, Will Harold take the top side. They come across the line this next time. This should be one to go. You'll see the lights go out in the iRacing.com pace car. And that right there will set us to 1 to go. All right, this is where it gets good, boys and girls, children of all ages. The lights are about to go out in that iRacing.com pace car, as they do, which means we're 1 to go. And we'll have to see, will this be the last caution? Hell, who knows? But we're about to find out as Harold Watkins decides to take the bottom this time. This has got to be somewhat of a head scratcher. I would think that he would want the top because he saw what a great launch he got last time and how much it hindered him on the original start of the race. Maybe he knows something I don't, but we're about to find out as the iRacing.com pace car is going to take a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Harold Watkins brings the field to the line, and he gasses it, and he is gone. But Andrew makes it a drag race down into turn 1. Harold Watkins got the advantage. Andrew tucks in behind him, trying for the crossover, and it looks like he is trying to get there. 16 laps to go. He says, forget it, I'll take you on the outside. Looks like he's got the speed, but Harold's got the line. Watching this time by, these guys are absolutely out for blood. Nose to tail, top 3 drivers right here, breaking away from the rest of the pack. Andrew is all over the bumper. Let's go on board right now with our second place driver in the 71 of Andrew Bogus. This is him right now. Let's watch as he is trying to go through these corners and get, and we are back under caution. And let's go take a look at exactly what happened this time. Oh no. I put some work. Keep an eye on that 13 right there. You saw him just come out on fresh shoes and coming through the field. Comes out of the corner and just a little too much throttle, but hits the wall hard. Is able to slam it down and the gas and go. And Harold Rothery's coming through the corner. The right side tires grab the wall, knocks him loose. He almost saves it, and he goes down tumbling, ends up on his lid. Now, questions are questions. You got a couple of drivers, 3 of them, coming to 4 of them, coming to the pits to get services. Kevin Zabladell, these guys are in the back of that 8-9 car pack, so they have nothing to lose. Come in, get service, and get back out on the track. You'll watch them. Let's throw up our graphic right here. Top right, you'll see the pack is on the backstretch. Your drivers that are right there highlighted at the bottom of that circle, that's pit road. See them getting services and watching the pack. As long as they get out of pit road before the field gets to the start finish line, they will remain on the lead lap. It's getting close. The field is coming out of 4. Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. out. Kevin Zabladell out. Jerry Culver has got to go if he wants to stay. Oh no, he may have some catastrophic damage there, as it looks like he will not get out on the lead lap. Your top 5 drivers still yet to pit, and the one driver I got my eye on, the newcomer right there, the 14 is Scott Rothwell. This guy has something to prove. First time in the league, coming out here at USA in Lakeland, Florida, and wanting to get up there and make a name for himself. You know, when you come into a league late in the season, anything can happen, and you want to get out there, show that you can compete, show that you're competitive, and that you're a clean driver. And so far, it's exactly what we've seen. The only incident we saw was in the heat race where he had a little too much throttle, just like what we saw with Jerry Culver there, and went tumbling. But the field's about to get re-racked and stacked, and we're going to give it a go one more time. Inside of 10 laps to go. Will this be the final run? Well, we're going to find out here shortly. As you see, the iRacing.com pace car coming around. Harold Watkins will take the high side now. It's like every caution restart, this boy goes high-low, 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 but he's taking the high side right now. And the field is about to get us going green. One more time. And there's the pace car. And Harold wastes no time. He's gone, it, boys. Harold Watkins gone. Rusty Modesty. Andrew Bogus in second. Rusty in third. And there's the newcomer, Scott Rothwell. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. laid way back on that restart. Not sure if he has damage. Just didn't want to get in the middle of it. But he settled in at 5th. But Harold Watkins, Andrew Bogus right there battling it out. 8 laps to go. These top 2 drivers this is not the first time we have seen them go toe-to-toe. And as they do that, Rusty Modesty says, y'all keep fighting it out. I'll take you on the outside. And Andrew Bogus gets high and almost makes contact with Rusty. And there may have actually been a little contact. They both have to check up. Causes Scott Rothwell in the 14 to get loose and go mow the yard. He has to do some chores, gets back on the track, but loses a lot of ground. 7 laps to go. Andrew Bogus is pissed. He wants back up front where he was, and he is trying to get there in a hurry. Top 3, pretty equal distance, but Andrew Bogus gets such a run on corner exit. They get him during the corner entry, but you see right there, oh, he is throwing those left side tires down on the apron and saying, let's go. Rusty Modesty says, yeah, I'll let you have it this time, but you're going to have to race me square for it. They got a drag race going down the backstretch. Right now, Harold Watkins has checked out. Almost a second lead over them. But Andrew gets by. Rusty Modesty settles into 3rd. Will he be the 3rd and final driver for the podium? We'll know here in about 4 laps, but he's going to have a battle from the 3 of Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. right behind him. Bob going to the outside, trying to get around, but Rusty, these guys understand that throttle control is so sensitive in these cars on these short tracks, and Bob makes a little contact with the outside wall. And then right behind them two, we've got 17, Kevin Zabladell, newcomer Scott Rothwell. After mowing the yard, settles back into 6th place. And not much going there. Everybody's settling out. Popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. Harold Watkins up front. Right behind them, Andrew Bogus and Rusty Modesty third. As he comes, and we've got 2 cars flipping. Scott Rothwell and Kevin Zabladell both. Scott's able to keep all 4 tires planted, but Kevin Zabladell is going to be dizzy for quite some time. Scott takes it straight to the pits. Let's take a look exactly what happened with that little battle. You see Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. coming high, Kevin going low, Scott trying to go to the outside. Kevin goes high and then goes low. And Scott is there. I don't think Scott has a lot of damage, though. He may be able to finish it. Now, Kevin Zabladell was able to put it back on all 4s, and he is in getting service right now. I don't know if he will stay on the lead lap, though. Looks like the field coming by him this time. That will probably put him a lap down, which means we should only have 6 drivers. And with Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. on pit road, maybe 5 drivers left on the lead lap for a green-white checker. Harold has had almost a perfect race with the exception of the original start tonight. Can he lock it in and get a clean sweep with the heat win brought to you by Powder County Diggers and the 40-lap feature win tonight here from USA International Speedway from the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series? Still got a couple of drivers on pit road. Kevin Zabladell coming back down pit road. Looks like Scott Rothwell will park it unless he's getting some damage repaired along with Jared Culver. So if I'm looking at this correctly, we're going to have 5, maybe 6 cars left on the lead lap with a green-white checker. Whew. We'll be right back after these words, folks. Don't worry, you won't miss a thing as we go ERN side by side.
Casey's calling me over and said,
The story's on. Who's that?
I got it. Oh my God. I'm back. Look at this bad boy.
Welcome back to USA International Speedway, folks, from the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. 5 drivers still on the lead lap. Anybody can win this in the top 5. It's going to be interesting. It'll be a green-white checker, which means when they come around this time by, they'll get the green flag. They'll have to make 1 rotation around the track. If they take the white flag, the next flag will end the race. Harold Watkins, Andrew Bogus, same 2 cars out front all race long. Will Harold be able to keep that lead? Brings them 2 out of 4. They are gone, and Harold gets another incredible start. Andrew knows right now is my chance. He gets up it. They make contact to the rear tires. They both go flying, and Andrew Bogus ends up in the catch fence. Caution comes back out. That was the first of the green-white checkers. Will they have a second green-white checker? We'll have to wait and see. Looks like they are going back around the field to collect the pace car. Let's go take a look at that a couple of times. You see right here, These guys side by side. Harold gets a start. Andrew sends it in the corner, but they just make tire to tire contact, and Andrew ends up in the catch fence, hung up there. We've seen that from Jeff Gordon, Austin Dillon. Some of these guys happened before in the big boy cars. And now all we've got is Rusty Modesty, who has been back there hunting these guys, will now get the shot. Let's look at it one more time. Top two cars going at it. Andrew is throwing everything but the kitchen sink. He sends it in a little too hard. Or Harold was letting up to set himself up for the corners. And they make tire-to-tire contact, causes them both to go flipping. Looks like Andrew will probably be out of the race. He had to get a tow to the pits. And somebody just blew up. Who was it? I heard it. Who was it? Oh, no, Harold Watkins. Looks like Harold Watkins just blew up. His motor could not take the damage. But you see it right there, boys and girls. This is going to get interesting. With Harold out, I think that only takes top three cars are on the lead lap. Which means as long as they finish this run, doesn't matter where they are on the track, as long as the leader doesn't get back around them, they will have a podium finish. Those top three drivers are Rusty Modesty, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., and Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. Will this be his first podium finish this season? We're about to find out as the iRacing.com pace car leads the field back around, should get the 1 lap to go. And tough break for Harold Watkins as you see him right there in the pits, probably fuming. Had control of this entire race, all race long, down to the green-white checker. And that is a tough break. Gets involved in that late incident with Andrew Bogus. And that leaves 3 drivers on the lead lap for another green-white checker. And Jerry Culver is out there with the field as well. And it looks like Scoring and Tower is showing him 17 laps down. So he's just out there to race with the boys. Right now, it's going to be a 3-car battle. The number 6 of, let's go through it real quick. Rusty Modesty in the number 6. The number 3, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. And the number 48, his father, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. Those 3 cars right there are the only 3 cars on the lead lap according to the Scoring Tower. And they're going to be the only ones battling it out. Will the lights go out? Yes, they do. Rusty Modesty will be the leader. He will take the high line. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. will take the low side, it looks like. Or, nope. They just playing with my emotions. Don't you know? Playing with my emotions like playing with my money. Wait a minute. I got that backwards, I think. Anywho. Well. Hey there, Sherry. I knew you weren't going to miss this. Man, Jerry's had a good run. Had a little misfortune late, but still outrunning, which is more than I can say for all the other drivers. Rusty Modesty wastes no time. We are back going green right now. Green-white checker. He is checked out. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. asleep at the wheel, and Rusty is gone. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. in second. And Senior in third, back there battling it out with Jerry. They're the only 3 drivers on the lead lap. Rusty comes this time by, takes the white flag, brought to you by Challenger Racing League. And we come this time by for the white flag. He's got 2 more corners, and he will get him another win. And that will be his second win of the season. Comes through 3 and 4, comes out of 4 and down the foot stretch, and Rusty Modesty gets him another win tonight with Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. getting second. And our third and final podium finisher tonight, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr., the only other driver out on the track, still able to run several laps down, but hey, that's better than the other guys, is Jerry Culver in the 13. But right now, it is the man of the hour, Rusty Modesty. Let's see him burn it down. There he is. You guys saw it right there. The number 6, a Rusty Modesty, burning it down. Well, folks, that is the conclusion of our 40-lap feature. But don't worry, we'll be right back with all of the podium drivers tonight, all the podium finishers of the drivers. And they'll be back. We'll get to talk to each one of them, see how their race was. And tonight, I know Rusty was out there racing for you, Kevin. We miss you, brother, and cannot wait to see you back out on the track soon. Well, we'll be right back after these words, folks, and a word from our sponsors and all of your podium drivers. All right, welcome back, folks, to USA International Speedway for the full Frontal Sprint Car Series. Let's see if we can't get a word with our podium finishers, starting with third place. Let's see if we can't get old Senior on the line tonight, finishing up here in third for, I think, his first podium finish this season. Bob Fitzpatrick, Senior, the 48. How we doing, brother?
Good. How about yourself, Brian?
Oh, man.
About time.
Doing great. What an incredible finish for you tonight. And it really was a race of attrition. It was a matter of outlasting the rest of the field. We talked about it earlier in the race that it doesn't really matter where you start in these races. It's all about making sure that you're just there at the end with a chance to win. And only 3 drivers were on the lead lap. You were one of them. Great job tonight, Bob.
Thank you very much. That was the plan, like you said, Ryan. Every race, I just let everybody else do their thing and move myself up slowly.
Well, that's all you can do, really. I think when you see these guys and the way they race, that aggression can get to the best of them. You saw it tonight with Harold Watkins and Andrew Bogus. Been up front the entire race. Come to a green-white checker, they make tire-to-tire contact, sends them both flipping, and ruins their nights. And next thing you know, it's just a matter of being there at the end. It's the old adage, And great job.
That's right. I was hoping they were going to get a little bit excited, and I would have done a little bit better. But can I give a shout out to Ryan and the rest of the fellas on that race here every week?
Oh, absolutely.
I am learning so much, fellas. I really do appreciate it. I love racing on Thursdays. I make sure I get here just so I can learn. So today is a big day.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you earned it. You earned it. I've watched you race for 2 years, Bob, and it can get defeating and frustrating at times. Logging in and trying to race in these things, and sometimes you just need a little boost. So I hope this helps. This puts you up. It looks like they just posted the points. Bumps you up to 7th in points, brother. That's a huge feat.
Yes, it is.
With only a few races left. Let's see. We're at USA right now. We got 2 races left. We go to Lucas Oil next week, and then the Milwaukee Mile. What are you looking forward to the next 2 weeks?
Hopefully the same as now, but we'll see how it goes. My purpose, actually, except from learning, was to try to finish in the top 10 if whenever possible. Well, today was a bonus.
There you go. Get your first podium finish. Well, brother, before we let you get out here and go celebrate, want to give you an opportunity to give any sponsor shout outs, any plugs, any thank yous. The mic is yours.
Just thanks to all the fellas that I raced with. I'm learning a lot from you guys. Congratulations, Rusty. Congratulations, Bob. And hey, let's do this again next week.
There you go. A little father
And
son
thank you
duo.
very much, Ryan.
All right, brother. You have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, you too.
All right, buddy.
Bye.
Well, right there, you just heard from your third place finisher, Bob Fitzpatrick Sr. Now, let's see if we can't get a word with the opposite end of the Fitzpatrick family, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., as he comes home in a second place finish tonight. Bob, this Ryan in the ERM booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yep.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
And not so good to be sleeping on 2 restarts.
Well, I was going to ask that last, not the very last green white checker, but the one before that when you were starting, I think, 4th.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I look up and it's like your throttle wasn't going and the rest of everybody else was.
Yep, just dozed off.
Well, hey, if that didn't happen, you may have been up there in the middle of the calamity there at the end of the race. So great job. All three of you guys, you, Rusty, and your dad, just being there. That's 90% of the battle here, especially in these cars, is just being there at the end with the contention to win. If you don't make it to the end on the lead lap, you ain't got a chance. And sometimes that's half the battle, and that's what you guys proved tonight. So, it was only 4 cars running, only 3 on the lead lap, so you knew you were getting a podium finish. So great job. We go to Lucas Oil and then Milwaukee Mile. Are you looking forward to either one of those tracks? Because they're both a little bit different than what we're used to.
Yep, I have no experience at either.
Well, hey, this ought to be as fun for me as it is for you.
Yep.
Well, brother, great job again tonight. And let's take a look. That bumps you up to 4th in points. Only 14 points back of Ryan Bean right now, and 15 back of second, Andrew Bogus, and 19 back of the lead. So this is really still anybody's win.
Yep. Just a good race or two.
Yeah.
Be in front.
Well, brother, before we let you get out of here and go celebrate, I want to give you the opportunity to give any shout-outs, thank yous. The mic is yours.
Yeah, just shout out Rusty. Put on a good little league here. It's fun to come here on Thursdays. You guys putting the broadcast on, and then the family letting me do this, and just everybody in here. It's a good little league.
Yeah, I love coming here. I mean, no stress, just kick back, have some fun. So,
Yep.
Well, brother, we'll see you next week, and good luck at Lucas Oil. Get your practice in.
Yep, later.
All right, brother. Well, right there, you heard from it. Our second place finisher, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., the opposite end of that family. But now it is time to get to the man of the hour, the guy that was the leaking lurcher in the back of the field, letting the 2 mongrels go out and battle it out. None other than our winner for tonight, getting a second win this season, Rusty Modesty. Rusty, this is Ryan in the ERM booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, brother, congratulations on yet another win, a big win, and bumps you up to 5th in points. And this ought to get interesting going in with the last 2 weeks. What were you thinking when you saw those 2 go flying through the air?
Perfect storm.
Yeah.
That was the whole goal. I was telling the guys, I mean, I did not have a lot of confidence in passing tonight. As well as anyone else, these cars are just so darn difficult.
So
Yep. So I just didn't have a lot of confidence going in, sending it into the turn. So I was playing the patience game, and it worked out tonight. So, sorry to Andrew and sorry to Harold. They both ran great races tonight. Things happen. As you've seen, I mean, it was another race with 3 cars on the lead lap. So, another tough one, another battle of attrition. Looks like that's
part of it. I mean, that's how you actually, I told Bob, I said, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes. If you're not there at the end of the race, then you ain't going to have a chance to win it. And with only 3 cars on the lead lap there at the end, it was just a matter of running a clean line for 2 laps.
Yeah. Luckily, we were able to get a nice restart coming out of that final green and white. And Bob had some fresh tires. I knew he was going to be a challenge, but that jump I had on him was all it took. So
Oh, well, you guys make it look easy out there, Rusty. I got to say, because I have tried and tried in these cars, and the throttle control is so sensitive, and just the least little bit of too much or too little, even on the straightaways going straight, this car
Yeah.
just wants to turn sideways.
Yeah, I mean, we had Scott, a new member,
Yeah.
here for the first time tonight. He was laying down fast laps in practice. I mean, really good. And one wreck in the heat, and it puts him in the back, and then he gets involved um, in some other issues that weren't really his dealing.
Yep.
So it can change in the blink of an eye. That's for sure.
Well, brother, I know tonight everybody was racing with a heavy heart, and we showed the tribute lap
Yeah.
at the beginning of the race. And as somebody that puts this bad boy on, and so many people have the utmost respect for you and the way you run this thing, but I want to give you an opportunity to kind of say anything you'd like to, and turn the mic over to you as we close this thing out tonight.
Yeah, tonight we did this one in honor of Joan Dowd. Kevin, longtime league member. Ryan knows him from other leagues. That's how we met. We're in several leagues together. We friends for years now. He tragically had a passing in his family, so we wanted to honor him tonight and honor his family and show our respects. So
I think you did an incredible job. The whole league, the way it looked, it's just a really cool symbol of brotherhood out there. We spend so much time together, away from our families, away from our jobs. Doing this, practicing, preparing, joking, and laughing and planning, and then going out and putting the races on. But kind of forget that, when real life happens, that's when we all have to kind of step up. And we've done this several times in the past for various reasons. This is just another sign, the way that you run this show here, that is very honoring, and I'm honored to have been a part of it tonight. So I want to say thank you for allowing us to do that. And Kevin, we're all here. We're family, brother, and you ever need anything, you know where to go.
that's exactly right.
Well, brother, I'm going to let you give any shout-outs, any thank yous. The mic is yours, and I'll let you get up and go crack a cold one and go have some fun.
Yeah, as always, thank you to all the league members. You guys are the ones that make this possible. Thank you to Fox Hill Lawn Care. Thank you to Potter County Diggers. Thank you to ERN, Evolution Racing Network. Great broadcast, great sponsor. And thank you to all the viewers. Sherry Culver, I know you're watching.
Oh, yeah,
I know
she's
you're watching out there, Sherry. So thank you all, and we hope to see you next week.
All right, brother. Well, have a happy new year tomorrow night. Hope next year brings you a lot of prosperity and a lot of good things. So
Same to you.
We'll be back next Thursday from Lucas Oil Speedway. So get ready, boys and girls. It's going to be a fun one.
That's right. We got some fun tracks coming up.
Yes, we do. Well, Rusty, have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks, Ryan.
All right, brother. Well, you heard it right there from our number one finisher tonight, Rusty Modesty, as he comes home victorious for his second win of the season. And this is the end of the show, folks. But before we get out of here, let's take a look at how everybody finished up. See if we can get this pulled up. All right, you just heard from Rusty Modesty, and the number 6 Sinclair car comes home with the win tonight. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., son of the Fitzpatricks, coming home second in the 3 car. Bob Fitzpatrick Sr., his father, coming home with his first podium finish tonight in 3rd. Harold Watkins, after a tough break, leading the entire race, coming home after a blown motor 4th tonight in the 22 car. Andrew Bogus right behind him in the 71, coming home with another top 5. Kevin Zablett on the 17 car, coming home 6th. And right behind him, newcomer Canadian Scott Rothwell, coming home in the 14 car in 7th position. Jerry Culver coming home 8th in the 13. Number 9 will go to Harold Rother in the number 4. James Catrone in the 38 comes home 10th. And rounding out your field tonight, Chad Biesinger, after a long time off, coming back He finishes 11th tonight in the 23 car. Well, folks, that's all we've got for tonight. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that joined in tonight on the stream, all of the drivers here. I want to thank everybody, and if you like what you see and you want to support ERN or any of the drivers or Full Frontal Sprint Car Series or Challenger Racing League, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe bell, and turn on those notifications. That way when we go live, you'll be notified. I want to thank Sherry and Brian Fine and everybody out in the chat for commenting in. Love you guys. And again, tonight, this was all done in remembrance and in memory of Joanne Dowd, Kevin's mother. We're here for you, brother. And our prayers are out with you. Make sure, lastly, if you see, especially during this holiday season, folks, make sure if you see an active or retired military service member, make sure you tell them how much you appreciate what they've done or what they're doing, because without them folks, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. I want to wish everybody a happy and safe Happy New Year's for tomorrow night. Make sure everybody is safe. Don't drink and drive. Get home safe, and make sure you can come back next Thursday night at 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, where you can join us right here on Evolution Racing Network and watch these guys battle it out once again in the heat style feature format at Lucas Oil Speedway for the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series, as we have only got 2 races left. Look forward to seeing you guys then. Till then, have a great week and Happy New Year's.